Hey my friend, what's good? Welcome to another video. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted and I talk bass. This channel is mostly about tips, tricks, and tutorials for what I like to call the blue-collar bass player. I've been a bass player for many years, a musician playing in all types of arenas, from theater to playing with artists, recording, all kinds of stuff for a long time. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. I wanted to make a quick video about intention. Oh man, I know it's gonna sound a little bit, for those of you who watch my content, this is gonna sound a little bit different, whatever. And you know, I'm no guru, I'm no, fairy dusty kind of guy. Maybe a little bit, but anyway, what I wanted to make this video about, while it's on my mind, was about the paths that we're on, the path that I'm on, and the decisions that we make along the journey. I know journey is an overused word these days, but we're all on a journey, whether you like the word or not. That's what we're on, right? And so I've had a pretty good week. A pretty interesting opportunity came my way that is going to lead to other things, right? I've made some connections, and the experience is cool, and it's got me thinking about different things that I want to do as well. But just a couple of weeks ago, I got another opportunity, and at the start of it, it sounded like it was going to be some decent money, a chance to do something else that I also love in the technology space. But it was going to keep me away a lot. It was going to keep me pretty busy. A lot of driving, a lot of travel, things like that. So I decided not to do it. I thought about it and I decided not to do it. I didn't have to think about it that long. And when I woke up this morning after a really late night and I'm getting ready to go do this other thing, I was thinking, had I taken that opportunity, I would not have the chance to do what I'm doing right now. And so, like, our souls and our being is kind of jumping through all these different windows. We're making all these decisions all the time that lead us from one place to another. I swear on everything, man, I'm not trying to be all new agey on you, but I really want to, let's bring it back to just being a bass player, but, in music. If you think about, well, what do I want to do? Who do I want to meet? Where do I see myself in a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? This is what I got to tell myself, because I struggle with it, for real. I do struggle with it, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to preach at you. So, you got to think about that when you take certain kinds of gigs, right? I'm thinking back to, a video I did a while back about why you should, in fact, do $100 gigs. What I'm doing right now is a byproduct of maybe 2 gigs right as the pandemic was starting and people were trying to figure out, what to do and how to do it. There were some live stream shows that didn't pay anything, because at that time there was no pay-per-view viewing or anything like that. It was people, all the musicians were relying on people to send in tips and stuff like that. And then that got played after a while. But these gigs didn't pay anything, right? But there you have it, man. You know what I mean? And so somebody that I met on one of those gigs, and the process of preparing for those gigs, because we did rehearse, you know what I mean, lead me to a whole new thing. You see what I mean? And so what I'm saying is that when you get into like a certain position, it's then up to you to play the cards before you and kind of work them the best way that you can. You see what I mean? I remember a singer I used to play with way back in the day named Nia Jade. Nia Jade, love her to death, right? We had an incredible run. And then there came a time when she wanted to take a step back out of the business, and I could never complain about it. I had some incredible experiences with her. I always got paid. I was always treated fairly. There was never any misconception about whose project it was and who was making the lion's share of the dough. It was all up front and on the table, which is the way that I like things to happen. It doesn't always happen that way, but with her it did. I bring her up and I say all that to say that through those experiences, I met people. I shook hands. I talked. I was natural. I was myself. And I made contacts, built relationships that I have to this day, right? And even her gigs started out, base pay $100, right? Or, so again, not trying to get all new agey, and I really want to, like most of my videos, I just want to get on and talk and just say what I want to say, because hell, it's my YouTube channel, right? But think about, I guess ultimately what I'm saying is think about what you want, right? And true indeed, what you want now may change, a year from now, 2-3 years from now. That's life, that happens, right? But, I've gotten, I'm older now, right? I'm 50 years old, and I don't physically feel 50. Right? And I think I'll live a long time, and I guess most people do. However, when you get to a certain age, you start thinking about life a little bit differently. You become a little bit more, or at least you should become a little bit more calculated with the moves that you make. And so as I was reflecting on the opportunity that I had, and thinking about the opportunity that's before me now and where it could potentially lead, I feel good about the decision, about not just going say, ooh, I could take this money and I could do this, right? Because at the end of the day, it wasn't leading to where I want to be, right? So, and also just to add to that, I turned down that opportunity without burning any bridges. I told the guy who was a nice guy, I was like, hey, look, I would rather underpromise and overdeliver. Give me a couple of days to think about it, right? And he was very transparent and clear. I need someone who can commit, and I need someone who can do X, Y, and Z. And when I talked to him and I told him, I said, I don't think I'm a good fit for this, right? And so that bridge wasn't burned. Instead, that guy now knows me. If our paths should ever cross again, he knows me as a person that's going to be upfront and honest with him at the start. And so, the world is small. I met a guy yesterday in New Orleans who happens to be from Richmond, and we started talking, and he started calling out names, and I'm like, yeah, I know that guy. All these spaces, man, become so small. So how you move and how you communicate and how you talk to people, how you treat people, how you roll, what your integrity level is like, it matters. So I'm gonna stop this video now, but I just wanted to share that while it was on my mind. Again, not trying to get all new agey on you, but you know what I mean? I think somebody needs to hear it, and that might be you. So anyway, if you like the video, go on and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already a subscriber, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. All right? Peace. 2 fingers.